I myself have taken thousands of sales calls, and I currently make over $45,000 per month in the high ticket sales industry. So in this video, I want to share with you the number one lesson that I've noticed over my last couple of years of being in this industry. And really what this is what is that one big thing that differentiates the average closer, which is like 99% of people right now getting into high ticket sales, who make between $2,000 to $10,000 per month, if even that, but they struggle to get past that. They struggle to get to like the highest level of excellence and actually be able to really enjoy this industry and make the big bucks. And then you have like the top 1%, if not even less than that, maybe like 0.5%, that make all the money, that make 15, 20, 30K a month plus, that actually enjoy the craft, that have properly developed the skill and have fun, quick, easy sales calls. They close at 50% plus, and they just crush it in this industry. What is the one big difference between the average closer, most people right now, versus the top 1% in this industry? It's not the scripts that they follow. It's not how they handle objections. It's not that they will have some crazy sales coach who's given them this crazy process that they follow. It's not the stuff that you hear about on Instagram or other YouTube videos or other sales coaches tell you about. And I'm telling you this because I've tried that shit. I've invested multiple 5 figures into different coaches, programs. At this point, over $60,000 I invested into myself to learn sales. I've tried all the different scripts, different processes that you've seen yourself. I've seen all the Instagram reframes and objection handles and all that crazy stuff. None of that stuff actually matters, okay? The best closers, they don't have some script or something that you don't have. The only thing that they have, and when I tell you this, it's going to make so much sense in a second when I explain this, what this is. And the thing is, you don't need to go through all the reps of sucking for like multiple months. If you just apply what I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be able to go from 0 to quick success in high ticket sales so much faster. It's by realizing that the average closer, what they do, they jump into a call and they have their script, they have their process, and they put every single person that they talk to through the exact same process. No matter if it's a single mom that they're talking to, if it's a business owner who's been running a business for 5-10 years, or if it's a young, let's say 18, 19-year-old that's on the other side of the sales call, they run everyone through the exact same process that they've been told to run people through. They have their good script that they've gotten from their sales coach or from some YouTube video or somewhere on the internet or from the offer that they're on, and they just follow that religiously. The great closer, they understand that every single person you talk to has different beliefs and different things that they need to understand in order to be ready to buy. And this is the massive difference here. So let me explain this to you. The average closer, they have like this cookie cutter process, but everyone for this exact same process, and it works. That's the thing. That's why these people make money, because it works. You can put everyone through the same process. You will have pretty long calls, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but you will close. You will close at 25, 30, 40%, and you will make money by doing this. A lot of people make 8, 10K a month by being average closer. But there's the issue. Your calls are long. They take an hour long a lot of times, if not even longer, because you get a lot of objections. You don't actually speak to the person that's on the call. You just follow a process. You're like almost like autistically focused on like, this is my script, this is my process, I need to be super tight to this. You're not having a real conversation. You're not truly understanding the human on the other side of the call. You're just going through your process. Some people close and some people don't. That's the existence of the average closer. And here's the thing. A lot of these people, they burn out. Because if you just go for a script, you just call after call after call, you just talk to everyone this exact same way. There's no enjoyment in that. Like I used to do this. That's why I'm telling you this, because I used to take my calls this exact same way. And it was no enjoyment. Like my calls were super long. I was drained at the end of every single day of taking calls. Every single call felt like the exact same thing. I never really truly got to like care about people, understand someone at a deeper level. And that's the reality for most average closers. Then you have the great closer who makes 20, 30K a month, usually works less hours than the average closer. They make more money. They have more fulfillment. Their calls are usually 25 to maybe 35 minutes max long. And their conversations are real. They learn how to actually connect and how to read people. That is the skill that a great closer has. They have the ability to hop into a sales call within the first 1 to 2 minutes of that conversation, based off of someone's body language, based off how they speak, based off of their background, based off of the words that come out of their mouth. They can judge who that person is and then run an entire call based off of that. Ask questions based off of that, find out someone's pain based off of that, find out what actually matters to that person, so you can guide the call based off of the individual you're talking to and not just your script. Find out what's been blocking this person from making change in the past based off of how they speak, based off understanding the personality type. An example here is a lot of times when I hop on my sales calls, in the first 30 seconds, I can see exactly what this guy's objection is going to be, who he is, what type of thing that's holding him back in terms of his mindset. Let's say this person has a lot of fear, this person is an overthinker, this person is stuck in like paralysis by analysis. You can see these things if you're very attentive and you look at who you're talking to. That's what the great closer does. They see that stuff in the first 30 seconds to 2 minutes of the call, and then they guide the entire call, let the entire call flow based off what that person needs to hear in order to buy. They don't push everyone through the same process. They guide the call to what that person needs to buy. That's how the call becomes a lot shorter, because you can ask, let's say, literally like 3 to 5 questions in your discovery as a great closer. Whereas average closer is going to ask like 10, 20 questions in every single discovery and have the call take 30 minutes before you even pitch the person. The great closer, they realize this person you're talking to, they might already have some beliefs in place, might already be ready to buy, but you might just need to shift one specific belief or one specific thing that they believe that you need to remove, or maybe like instill a new belief. You need to adapt specifically what that person needs to hear to be ready to buy. I hope this makes sense right now. And when you start thinking this way, when you start approaching your calls of trying to understand the person you're talking to and adapting, being fluid in your sales process, adapting your process to who you're talking to, and understanding the personality type, making that the part of your calls, and then guiding the call to, again, asking yourself the question, what does this person need in order to be able to buy? When you start doing that, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. You need to do a lot of reps while doing this. But when you start thinking in this pattern, you will start be able to put people into the buckets, understand how people make decisions. And that's when the real journey of becoming an actual like 10 out of 10 top tier closer, who's going to print, who's going to have the most valuable skills that there is right now developed. That's when the journey really begins. So I hope this makes sense. If you want my help to get trained this way, to actually learn how to do this, you can apply for my mentorship below this video. If you have any questions, you may DM on Instagram, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Ciao.